One of the newer features of the Commons is called My Favorites. This BuddyPress plugin allows members to go through the activity stream of My Commons and the news page and mark items of interest as My Favorite, thus extending their personal learning network. I like to take a few minutes each day to look through the news activity stream and bookmark group updates, wiki edits, forum threads, blog posts, mentions, and the like, so that way I can look at them more in depth when I have some free time. And now that I have some free time, I'd like to share with you my favorites this week. First up is a forum thread from the CUNY Games Network posted by Kimon Karamitis. Cutting to the chase, Kimon posts some great resources about gamification. The article from the Chronicle of Higher Education explains, it's hard to deny that structuring learning experiences around frustration/reward dynamics can lead to engaged learners. The second article from Kotaku.com challenges the notion that gamers are typically lazy and unmotivated, indicating the gamer brain is rather good at getting things done. We're mentally trained to hang in there until we accomplish our objectives. Both of these articles discuss the benefits of gamification, which utilizes game design concepts to get people to participate and enjoy things that they normally wouldn't. The second article, written by Leah Alexander, highlights her fear about people not being able to exist spontaneously because they will become too dependent on receiving positive feedback for everything. Great post. Thanks for sharing. My next favorite is a blog post written by our very own community facilitator, Brian Foote, titled Statement of Purpose. In his ideological post, Brian states that open source is not a new idea, explaining, I don't think it's a stretch to think back to CUNY's free days as something akin to analog open source. While CUNY is no longer free for New Yorkers, open source has found a new expression at CUNY in the form of the CUNY Academic Commons. Brian also stresses the importance of feedback, noting, your feedback on the site tells us the direction to go in and what we can do to make things better. Well put, Brian. While we're on the topic of open source, my next favorite is a forum post from Rebecca Brown Cesarani from the group Open Education at CUNY. Rebecca shares and summarizes the New York Times article written by Stephen Johnson, who subverts the conventional wisdom that market forces drive innovation. Johnson notes the importance of the fourth quadrant, which is the space of collaborative, non-proprietary innovation, exemplified in recent years by the Internet and the web, two groundbreaking innovations not owned by anyone. Johnson explains that while the incentives for innovation in the fourth quadrant are low, so are the barriers, noting, the Internet is the ultimate example of how fourth quadrant innovation actually supports market developments, a platform built by a loosely affiliated group of public sector and university visionaries that has become one of the most powerful engines of wealth creation in modern times. Very insightful. My next favorite this week is the activity of Scott Voth editing the wiki page Privacy on the Commons. The wiki page has a lot of great information for members about wiki privacy, blog privacy, and group privacy. Now, whenever I want to get more information about privacy on the Commons, I know just where to go. Thanks a lot, Scott. My last favorite this week is a blog post written by Rob Lorich entitled, Will Newsweek Survive? In his post, Rob explains that the magazine Newsweek was recently sold for an entire $1 to 92-year-old tycoon Sidney Harmon. He also links to the Newsby article, where author Steve Fishman explains the drama behind the deal and leaves us wondering about Newsweek's uncertain future. Thanks for blogging about this, Rob. In staying with this whole sharing is caring theme of this blog, what are some of your favorites? Please feel free to share them by adding your comment below. See you next time.